Hey, you guys, this is Xenoyer the Destroyer here, and we're gonna do something new today. Hello, you guys. We're gonna do something new today. I'm doing a Xenoyer the Destroyer music show now. I got a ton of music, so hey, I'm gonna put it on air here. And also, I want to invite other people to allow me to show their music, on my YouTube channel, and you share it, and get everybody going, get everybody popular and stuff. So what you're listening to now is music that I made for a background. So that worked pretty good for this one, so I decided to use it. I got like a lot, but we're only going to go for like about an hour. And be prepared on your speakers, because whenever I start jamming, I'm going to be turning that sucker up, So I invite you to make comments. I'm keeping an eye on the chat window right now. Anybody make a comment, I'll try my best to answer it, either with my voice or with a comment. But when the music's going, I ain't answering with my voice. And I play a lot of protest music, so if you don't like leftist ass protest music, this ain't the right place for you, alright? So, hey, without further ado, or further ado, I'm gonna play the latest tune. It's called The Giant Was Woke. I wrote this song after the protest yesterday. I was there. I was at the protest here in my local area. There was a lot of people there. Millions of people all over the place showed up. So anyway, here we go. The Giant Was Woke.
They thought we were done. They thought we would stay silent. But they mistook our silence for sleep. And now, they've woken the angry giant! Watch them crush the meek and bold, build their thrones from bodies cold. Thought we kneel like history warned, but storms don't bow, they're born. They cracked the whip, they rigged the game, hung flags on injustice, riots in flame. But rage remembers what comfort forget. You poke the giant, you play with death. Oh, now the giant stirs, eyes of flame, no silence. Lays bare our nation's shame. From halls of power, the ground will shake. We are the giant, and we are wide awake. The giant! We are the nurse, the vet, the kid with debt, the miner's ghost, the unpaid bet. We've lost enough to know the cost. Now a line is crossed. They think we lost. We don't want war, but we remember how. We don't want chaos, but ask and you'll receive.
There you go, man. The sleeping giant woke. I didn't write no tunes to be nice. Hell no. 'Cause I'm pissed off. Yesterday, when I was at the protest, people were singing. They're on stage and they had guitars and stuff, and man, it was from the heart, and I know where they're coming from. But I want to see some protest music that fires people up. I don't want lullabies putting people to sleep. I want people to protest, get fired up. So we need some protest firing up type tunes. Dig it? All right, so I've got another one right here. It's the second to the last one that I made. You remember, like, Senator Padilla? He got arrested in handcuffs just because you want to ask a question. I mean, that's some fascist ass shit, bro. So I made a song about it. All right, so here we go. I will play it, and I hope you like it.
Fascism come to town, pushing senators around. Justice can't be found. Now we have to go underground. Noom with a hat to big, performing for the president pig. Hiding her face, she had a lot to say. Truth wasn't one of them that day. Senator Padilla was there, asked a question, how dare. So a little punk with a badge and a gun shoved the senator like it was fun. FBI and a government whore grabbed our senator, threw him to the floor. It pissed me off like never before. God damn it, we ain't gonna have it no more. Thugs had Padilla laying face down, handcuffed and disrespected, not giving a frown. And the things they said as it all happened was truth exposed on democracy. They crapping. President Pig says the gov has the wrong philosophy. As if the king wanna be can decide who you gotta be. No mention the gov and the mayor said their actions didn't have a prayer. FBI and a government whore grabbed our senator, threw him to the floor. It pissed me off like never before. God damn it, we ain't gonna have it no more. The feds act like there's a mess to fix. Nobody asked them to butt in or mix. The voters decide who'll be their leader, not some old fart with catheterized Peter. National Guard to back up ICE. Chasing berry pickers is not nice. They said they going after the bad guy. All they do is make babies cry. Look here, we're not even a full year in. The president of hope turned into the president of sin. People hung their hopes and dreams of Mr. Trump. They got surprised when he threw the nation in the dump. FBI and a government whore grabbed our senator, threw him to the floor. It pissed me off like never before. God damn it, we ain't gonna have it no more. Trump caused an insurrection last time he was chief. Now cause another one opposing his grief. Riots and riots now against President Pig. We'll never give in.
Yeah, we ain't gonna have that no more, huh? No more pushing down senators. How disrespectful is that? He's a senator. Have some respect. I mean, the people's representative over there, you know? Now, Yesterday was King's Day, or No King's Day, and Donald Trump. Oh, I better say this right now. My show is not for children. It is totally for adults because you're going to see some cussing. You might see a little pot smoking. And you'll see a lot of attitude. All right? 'Cause I got some attitude. I didn't struggle my way through this earth homeless and beat and almost killed and stuff and decided to be quiet about it. All right, so yesterday it was No King's Day, and the wannabe king had a damn military parade that was a big ass flop. Nobody wanted him to do that. Everybody was against it, and there wasn't very many people show up. There were way more people show up for the No King's Day than what was showing up for that dumb, stupid military parade. So I would rather them have a military parade or like a parade, but everybody's dressed up in colonial uniforms. That's what they wanted to do at first. To me, that's respect. Yesterday was nothing but garbage. But anyway, here's the tune I wrote about No King's Day, and this is the kind of protest tunes I want to start hearing at the protests. I don't want to hear soft music. I want to hear hard music that fires people up. So here we go.
Praise from fools, make them sing, bend your MAGA knee, pucker up, kiss MAGA ring. No soldiers, no tanks on our streets, no troops on corners, no protest to beat. We rise up strong, there's no retreat. We oppose King's Day, tyrants always beat. There were kings in the past, American fury made sure they didn't last. The people took arms, red coats bled. Better not let power get to your stupid head. No King's Day, rise and defy. We don't kneel, we won't comply. Strike the match, let the banners wave. We knock overthrown, send kings to the grave. No King's Day, there's no fucking way. No King's Day, we're not your damn slave. We don't bow, instead we make kings pay. We'd rather burn it all down. King's Day. Speaking of heads, let's talk of a king. France had a moment where monarchs sang. The people are hungry, let them eat cake. Guillotine for monarchs, the head did take. Modern king has MAGA support. They wage their war with corrupt court. CEO buddy gonna give them a break. Step on common folk, their cash to take. No King's Day, rise and defy. We don't kneel, we won't comply. Strike the match, let the banners wave. We knock overthrown, send kings to the grave. No King's Day, there's no fucking way. No King's Day, we're not your damn slave. We don't bow, instead we make kings pay. We'd rather burn it all down. No King's Day. You want legacy? Let it rot. You want loyalty? Try a dog. The people are not your subjects. We're the storm you can't suppress. Every crown forged in greed will melt. Every flag soaked in blood will burn. We don't wait for history. We make it and you will learn. Preacher kings with upside down Bible burns down the house and says you're lying.
King's Day. No King's Day. Ooh, that is one that gets you all fired up. You know, I wish they'd be playing stuff like that at all the protests and everybody chanting and everything, because that's all people need right now. They need getting fired up because, I mean, the day of reckoning is here, don't you think? I mean, look around you. There's some lady on the internet. She was talking like, well, I don't know what they're talking about with all, like, no kings and everything. Nobody said he's a king. We're not saying he's a king. Yeah, they're the only ones saying he's a king. Well, there's an old saying, if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's duck. And Trump, you know, everybody knows he wants to be a damn king or a dictator or whatever you want to call it. He wants to be the head honcho. And this guy right here ain't got no head honchos. You know, not ones that are forced upon me, okay? I follow a leader, a real leader. And Trump ain't it. So, hey, we got another one here. This tune is called Fire and Ice. And this is about those damn, those ICE agents rounding up farm workers, chasing berry pickers, and going to meatpacking plants, and, you know, and calling the National Guard on Americans, on anybody for that matter here in America. I mean, damn, this ain't damn Russia where you got armed government troops rounding people up. This is America, damn it. So here we go anyway, before I get too much fired up. This is Fire and Ice, a storm in L.A.
Fire and ice, storm in LA. Call out the guard, go make protesters pay. Feds round up peaceful people, send them on their way. Fascism's come. I never thought I'd see the day. People don't like a government heavy hand. They don't like trouble spread through the land. Our place is supposed to be the land of the brave, home of the free. When I check out the news, all I see is chaos on radio and TV. I get to know a full sense of dread when powerful people let it go to their head. Don't sleep so good at night in my bed, knowing that people will soon be dead. Fire and ice, storm in LA. Call out the guard, don't care about what protesters say. Feds round up hard-working people, send them on their way. Fascism's come. It's a cold, dark day. I heard a government man say peace through strength is the only way. He's supposed to be a Christian, turn the other cheek. Instead he sold his soul to Satan. It's looking pretty bleak. Sold his soul and grovel for the president king. Dance like a jester and kiss the ring. The speaker went low, digging a hole. The speaker lost faith and sold his fire and ice. I store him in LA, called out the guard, make a blue sky gray. Feds round up mothers, put them in detention. Fascism's come, people filled with apprehension. Don't think for a minute this is over soon. It won't be over till we dump that goon. The White House president wants to be king, to make us bow and kiss that ring. It's not gonna happen, get it out of your head. I won't kneel, I won't beg, I'd rather be dead. No tyrants rule, no puppet king will ever make me bow or kiss that filth encrusted ring. Fire and ice, a storm in LA. Called out the guard, it's a cold, dark day. Feds round up hopeful people, tell them there's no way. 'Cause fascism's come and we'll drive it away.
No fascism. Never.
Fascism's come. I never thought
driving away.
It's a cold, dark day. Fascism's come. People filled with apprehension. 'Cause fascism's come. And we'll drive it away.
Yeah, we'll drive it away, damn it. We ain't getting no fascism around here because we don't allow fascism around here, period. I can't imagine. Some people, I heard them saying, oh, we want a king. We want a monarch. We want the. Give me a damn break. To me, it sounds stupid and ridiculous to even broach the idea of us Americans having a king. If I want somebody, my daddy, my dear departed daddy, who was a master chief gunner's mate, he wouldn't be looking too kindly on his son if I wanted a damn king. Hey, and you know what? Speaking of dad, my dad is a hell of a lot better than Don Jr.'s dad. Huh, how about that? So now we got another one here. It's called Bow Down to the Golden Fraud. And I mean, there's not much explanation needs to go along with that. So here we go.
There stood a man with a tie like a noose, mouth full of lies, spitting out abuse. They carved his image in golden statue, kissed his ass, he threw shit at you. Drunk on power, deaf to your pain, crowned himself and made you lame. Idolized in the land of the blind, a false messiah for a faithless tongue. Bow down to the golden fraud, praise the traitor like he's God. Crown of shame, robe of pride, king of deception, he always lied. Temple made of fear, danced in blood to keep him near. Raise your hands, confess your sins, crucify you, then he'll grin. Said he drained the swamp, then filled it deep with vile companions and secrets they keep. 1,000 red flags waved in vain, they cheered for ruin, worship pain. Bow down to the golden fraud, praise the traitor like he's God. Crown of shame, robe of pride, king of deception, he always lied. Walls were built, truth was burned, justice fled, truth was spurned. He gave them rage and called it voice, he sold them chains and named it toys. Not the first to get God devotion, to lead the blind in deadly motion. Every cult has a sacred lie, every god demands you die. Empires rot from worship start, when broken men play godly part. The myth survives the man's decay, long after the liar has passed away. So raise your cup, you faithful sheep, toast your worship of tyrant creep. You wore his hat, you sang his song, turned to a martyr after he's gone. When your God is dead and dust, after his empire turns to rust, the golden fraud will shine no more, but you'll still bow like you did before.
There's that one, and you know what? I just don't feel like playing nice anymore. You remember in 2016, they were going, when they go low, we go high. How did that work out for you? Huh? I don't think it worked out very damn good because we're now in this situation because of us all going um, high. So from now on, what we need to do is whenever they go low, we grind their stinking rotten faces right into their own filth. I'm telling you. And see this one right here? This death cult wants nuclear war and Trump's helping them. This is pretty damned important and nobody's talking about it. They like just the other day, Israel started a war preemptively on Iran. And now I bet you anything, the evangelical Christians here in America are just eating that stuff up. So let's listen to this 7 minute video that I made and a couple others because these guys they are wishing, praying for, working on Armageddon. Put it back here. Ah, dang it.
Dome of the A warning about evangelical extremism. 13 years ago, I had a conversation that rattled me to my core.
True story.
It permanently changed how I view evangelical Christian extremism, particularly as it connects with power, military structures, and the threat of nuclear annihilation. I was speaking with a retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel, an evangelical Christian, about the prospect of rebuilding the Third Temple in Jerusalem. I asked a simple but chillingly relevant question. Are you concerned about what might happen if people tried to raise the Dome of the Rock to build the temple? Her response made my blood run cold. If dropping a nuclear bomb on the Dome of the Rock was the only way to get it done, so be it. What would come afterward would be so much better than the world we live in now. That wasn't a theoretical answer. It wasn't an abstract theological statement. It was an expression of belief from someone who had command authority in the U.S. military, someone who had been entrusted with real-world power, speaking casually about the nuclear eradication of one of Islam's holiest sites, as if the death of millions were a price worth paying for prophecy. How many more people in our government, military, or intelligence agencies harbor similar views? How far down the nuclear chain of command do you have to go before you find someone who would say no to an apocalyptic order? 1, 2, 10. This isn't paranoia. This is historical realism. This is a recognition of how ideology, especially apocalyptic, death-glorifying ideology, can infiltrate institutions of hard power. Evangelical Zionism has already injected itself deeply into U.S. foreign policy. Leaders like John Hajji fund illegal Israeli settlements in the West Bank forward Al Jazeera, advocate for war with Iran, and spread the belief that we must aid in the fulfillment of biblical prophecy, including the destruction of the Dome of the Rock and the building of the Third Temple. Their goal isn't peace. It's not even justice. It's Armageddon. Evangelical efforts to breed a red heifer, necessary for temple rituals, are another clear example of their readiness to provoke massive geopolitical conflict in service of biblical prophecy, the New Yorker. It's worth noting that fundamentalist evangelical Christians and extremist religious Jews are pursuing the same goal: the destruction of the Dome of the Rock and the rebuilding of the Third Temple, but for very different reasons. The Jewish extremists want the temple rebuilt to restart animal blood sacrifices, a Bronze Age ritual they believe must resume to fulfill Torah commandments. It's a return to primitive theology, one soaked in blood and entirely incompatible with modern ethical frameworks. The evangelicals, on the other hand, couldn't care less about Jewish theology. Their interest in the temple is purely eschatological. They believe it's a necessary step toward the second coming of Christ. What makes this alliance even more grotesque
is that evangelicals also believe every Jew who doesn't accept Jesus will burn in hell for eternity. That's not a bug in their system, it's core doctrine. So let's be clear, this is not a friendship. It's not shared values. It's strategic cooperation between two death-driven
It's
ideologies,
insanity.
each using the other to bring about their own apocalyptic visions. And the rest of the world is stuck in the middle. This is the theology of death, a theology that prioritizes a mythical afterlife over the lives of the living. That views nuclear war as a purifying fire. That sees millions of human deaths not as a tragedy, but as necessary steps toward the end times. John Hagee's Jerusalem Countdown is a blueprint for this worldview, calling for preemptive strikes on nations like Iran and
They've done
interpreting
it.
every global conflict through a biblical lens. Wikipedia, American Archive. The political reach of groups like Christians United for Israel, QFI, with millions of members and active lobbying in Congress, ensures this apocalyptic vision translates into real policy. They fight against a two-state solution and push for uncritical U.S. support of Israeli military actions. Send Sam forward. And then there's Donald Trump. The 45th president of the United States catered relentlessly to evangelical zealots.
Evil.
He moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem in 2018, a symbolic act that inflamed tensions across the Middle East and thrilled the end times crowd, BBC. He posed in front of a church holding a Bible upside down after violently clearing peaceful protesters from Lafayette Square, NPR, an empty gesture designed solely to appeal to theocratic voters. His alliance with figures like Paula White and his rhetorical nods to divine destiny fueled the fire of evangelical nationalism. And now that he's returned to power, one must ask, would Trump push the button literally or figuratively if his base demanded it? If he believed it would secure loyalty or fulfill his messianic self-image? That's not a rhetorical question. It's a survival question. So no, I'm not being irrational. I'm not being extreme. I'm trying to warn people. Every day we allow this ideology to fester unchallenged in the halls of power, we edge closer to annihilation. If religious extremists in other countries talked openly about nuking Jerusalem to fulfill their prophecy, we'd call them terrorists. When it's an American wearing a cross and a flag pin, we call them faithful and look the other way. That has to end. We must break the camel's back, not with violence, but with truth, with courage, and with relentless public resistance to this toxic, apocalyptic belief system. We must confront the evangelical death cult before their dream of holy fire becomes our collective nightmare. Stop playing patty cake with fanatical religion. Name it, shame it, push it out of power before it's too late.
Oops. Yeah, I think that's very, very important. You know, it kind of upsets me a little bit just thinking about it because I know these people. I was raised among these people, the evangelicals. I know what they want. Granddaddy, he told me too many times what they want. All right, let's see. That was pretty damn serious. But, you know, that's what this show's going to be all about, being serious, playing serious music. You got some protest music, I want to know about it so we can show it here and let other people see it too. Now, since we already played that about how these people are working for the end of the world, let's go ahead and play this here tune that I made in honor of that hellish wish. Here we go.
clouds of darkness gather overhead. They beckon the reaper to make us all dead. I don't know why people are so full of hate. They want to bring it all down. Open up Hell's Gate! Went to a building, people said house to God. Walked through the door, people gave me a nod. A man stood up front, dressed like a clown. He had a magic book and a big frown. He said, let us open up Hell's Gate. Want apocalyptic future and we just can't wait. Show up for Earth's destruction, don't be late. Let's blow up the world, seal our fate. I really didn't know what to think about this, only that I knew they must be pissed. A happy person don't want to blow up our planet. They are fine and only want to live on it. Puzzled me why the man in front was a liar with his clown clothes on and a book on fire, spewing hate with a suicidal compunction, apocalyptic horsemen and vials of destruction. He said, let us open up Hell's Gate. Want apocalyptic future and we just can't wait. Show up for Earth's destruction, don't be late. Let's blow up the world, seal our fate. Kept to myself, listened to words being hurled. Watched and listened as madness unfurl. People talking gibberish, madness possessed. People rolling on the floor. I witnessed, that was way down south in a backwater place, hidden from the world and utter disgrace. The man of the cloth in a hot place, hid from the world, didn't show his face. Yo! He said, let us open up Hell's Gate. Want apocalyptic future and we just can't wait. Show up for Earth's destruction, don't be late. Let's blow up the world, seal our fate. He said a dragon will sweep stars from the sky. Horsemen will come, people will die. Follow his word, get salvation, don't be dead. Standing in a clown suit, that's what he said. I grew up with that insanity when I was younger. It's hard to believe they cause our nation go under. Clowns speaking lies to the ignorant with a death wish, a destructive bent. I ran, don't wanna open up Hell's Gate. Don't want apocalyptic future, don't think that's so great. No Earth's destruction, let's all be late. Don't blow up the world and don't seal our fate. Walked away, didn't turn around to have a look. Logic told me the clown man was nothing but a crook with his book on fire and an evil look. He wanted Earth's destruction for us all to come.
Oh, hey, I went there, okay? I went there. This is some serious shit. Nobody's talking about it, but I went there. And that's what I plan on doing. I'm planning on going there every time. All right? I mean, look at this stuff. These people really are wanting the end of the damned world. You know what? And that other thing I mentioned, like second lieutenant or so. I met this second lieutenant. She was a retired second lieutenant lady, and she told me it'd be okay dropping a nuclear bomb on the Temple Mount. To me, it's nothing but pure insanity. That's all it is, and it should be rejected wholeheartedly. Those people need to be banned from sending any money over to Israel for building any settlements at all. I mean, they're fueling the fire over there, and they're trying to drag us all down with them. I don't believe in none of that stuff. So I don't want nobody deciding my future for me, not like that. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting fired up over here. That's what we all need to do. We need to get fired up because things are starting to get pretty damn serious. All right. And one thing that we're changing the subject a little bit here. You know, um, oh, what's his the Ukrainians, they had a whole bunch of drones inside a bunch of containers, and they started like they opened the containers tops and drones started going out like crazy and blowing up bombers. I thought that was so cool. I thought that was so damn clever and smart. I mean, nobody even suspected that coming at all. Nobody had any idea. Um, and then, bam, part uh, of Russia's nuclear triad was eliminated. You know, a big chunk of it. So you feel a little safer at night. You know, not completely safe because there's still nukes out there, but a little bit safer. But anyway, I made a song honoring the Ukrainians, and they're messing it up, the Russians, so badly. And here we go.
Big boss man spoke like a king, a bully with lies and a nuclear ring. Make a deal, give a plan. You got no cards. Here come the drones, ushers, bombers in shards. Big boss man stood mouthful of flame. Fold your hand, surrender. You got no game. Ukraine played sharp for that tub of lard. Now bombers lie broken, a million men scarred. They called it glory, they called it duty. Rounded them up off the streets, human booty.
Morning, mothers only call it a funeral.
A million Russian men gone. Not for country, not for freedom. It was murder, it was wrong. Spiderweb titans, let time reveal. Russia never had strength, just rusted steel. 1 million dead to reclaim all glory. Slaughtered for nothing, now they're sorry. Maps were drawn with a colonial pen. Boys fed to the grinder again and again. Now their ghosts walk cratered fields, and the reaper smiles at the yield.
Stood before the world, drunk on his fame. They hold no cards, just dust, just shame. But a spider web grew right under their nose, while Putin and Trump struck tyrants pose.
Spiderweb titans, let time reveal. Russia never had strength, just rusted steel. 1 million dead to reclaim all glory. Slaughtered for nothing, now they're sorry. Container lids popped, one by one. Drones on the move under blackout sun. They sighted the bombers, locked on the prey, and burned our fleet in a single day.
Russian nuclear force slashed to the bone. Now Russia's scared, bleeding alone. They bit off more than they can handle. Now Putin's generals have a scandal.
Spiderweb titans, let time reveal. Russia was bluffing, now they kneel. 1 million dead to reclaim all glory. Slaughtered for nothing, end of story.
Things don't have to be like this. Russia wasting all their strength.
1 million dead to reclaim their glory. Slaughtered for nothing, now motherland sorry.
There you go. Oh, a million men gone. Imagine all the mothers and the sisters and the wives and daughters, brothers and uncles. Man, there's a lot of sorrow and heartbreak going on. It ain't cool. Um, that at least that shoves Russia a little closer to the brink of giving the hell up. All they got to do is leave. You know, that's all they have to do. But oh no, I'm a big old badass dictator of Russia. I can't back down now. Come on, it's dumb. Quit being stupid before you kill any more people. All right, now we're going to change the subject a little bit more. Still, let's see, this show will go for another 15 minutes. I plan on like doing hour-long shows. So right now, we're going to play this one right here, Bad Boy Delinquent. This is a little song about when I was a teenage juvenile delinquent. Now, I'm not advocating being a juvenile delinquent or nothing. This is just what happened. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Garage haze, 6-string days, whiskey bottle fueling badass ways, teenage fury through bloodshot eyes, 14 years, no compromise. Bad boy kings with stolen rings, laugh at the world and the trouble it brings, burn through the night with drugs and sound. We party like crazy when friends came around. I'm the bad boy delinquent, born in a shack, born in the backwater, ain't going back, spitting in the face of judgment's call, baptized by the trouble, the hard fall. Yeah, no guys, no guilt, no change, just blood, fire and street kids gone inside. Grandma's rage when she saw what we were doing, getting drunk as hell, teen years is what we're screwing. I took one look at grandma's face, puked hard, what a disgrace. A fountain of puke going through my finger, all over her dress, the stench did linger. Bathroom walls caught what's left in my hurl, I felt really bad for that old girl. Next day in the pinball shrine, mama screams out in a jacked up line, delinquent, got my kid drunk, bitch, get it straight. Tony bought the booze and his own damn fate. I'm the bad boy delinquent, born in a shack, born in the backwater, ain't going back, spitting in the face of judgment's call, baptized by the trouble and the hard fall. Yeah, no gods, no guilt, no change, just blood, fire and street kids gone inside. Bad boy prophecy, don't give a damn, you see. Choking on the system's hypocrisy. Middle finger to the system, to the asshole. When you got nothing, you live in a rat hole. No gods, no guilt, no chains, no shame, just blood, fire in a street kid's game. I'm the bad boy delinquent, born in a shack, born in the backwater, ain't going back, spitting in the face of judgment's call, baptized by the trouble and the hard fall. Yeah, no gods, no guilt, no change, just blood, fire and street kids gone inside. Bad boy delinquent. Bad boy delinquent.
Yeah, Bad Boy Delinquent song. Yeah, man, yeah, that's what happened to some people. That's what happened to me. I was a teenager in the 70s. So, you go from there. Let's see what we got here. Now you go from there. I was a teenager in the 70s. Um, and we weren't rich, not by a long shot. So I was kind of a delinquent. Anyway, let's see. Oh, here's a good one right here. Living wages for dogs. Let's watch it.
Hey there, imagine this. You're working hard every day, putting in the hours, and at the end of the month, you get paid just enough to cover your food, water, and clothing. Sounds pretty basic, right? Say, now let's add an optional shelter. Yes, you heard me right, optional. It's wild to think, but this bare minimum is what some people define as a living wage.
Sure.
Essentially, it's the smallest amount of money someone needs to survive. But wait, does surviving mean living? For a moment, let's think about our furry friends. What do they need? Food, water, and a bit of shelter. It's almost the same list, but here's the kicker. Humans aren't dogs, so we need more than just the basics to truly thrive. Consider this. A living wage should cover more than survival. It should include healthcare, education, transportation, and yes, even a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
After all, life isn't just about making it through the day.
Right.
It's about living fully and with dignity. So when you hear someone talk about a living wage, think beyond the basics. Think about what truly makes life worth living.
Exactly.
Because everyone deserves more than just the basics. They deserve a chance to thrive.
Isn't that right?
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going.
Yeah, like we're not like living in the 14th century with a bunch of damn lords and serfs and peasants. You know, we're better than that. So I made a song. I mean, this is gonna be like the blast from 11/30/2024. So this one's a few months old there. It's called Thriving Wage. And here we go. Oh.
It's been too long, wages frozen in time. Prices up, not your pay, it's a dirty crime. Dirty crime. The cost of living goes sky high. You work hard until you die. You tighten your belt while they live it up. It ain't no good, enough is enough. A living wage and you'll survive, but a dog can do that. We're here to thrive. Every January you take it on the chin. Holidays over, let the price rise begin. For 15 years, they've kept us poor. They've lived it up and treated us like a whore. Raise it high, our minimum pay. A thriving wage for a better day. We're brothers, sisters, neighbors, friends, deserving of dignity that never ends. Social Security's on shaky ground. Coal is for workers, could turn it around. We're paying in, so let's pay it fair. If someone wants to cut it, you better beware. This ain't just a dream, it's the promise we're owed. From the time we started working, we carried the load. We built America, every nut and bolt. Don't kick us to the curb with the financial jolt. For the ones who build, for the ones who serve, give them the respect they've long deserved. Raise it high, our minimum pay. A thriving wage for a better day. We're brothers, sisters, neighbors, friends, deserving of dignity that never ends. A thriving wage, not just a living. A nation of workers, a COLA given. So let's stand together, make our nation strong. When you treat workers right, you can't go wrong.
Right on. Yeah, thriving wage, not just a living. You know, to hell with all that living wage garbage. Okay? Dogs get a living wage. All right? We ain't dogs. We need a thriving wage. We need a proper wage with a cost of living adjustment every freaking year. And it's only fair. Period. Because what happens? You get a job, you agree to a wage, and then immediately inflation starts cutting your wage. What you buy for $20 today you ain't gonna get for $20 tomorrow. It's an automatic pay cut. You need a COLA every stinking year. So, let's see, where did that go? Oh, here it is. Now, this is probably going to be the last one we do today. And this is like the ultimate what our power is. Because, you know, things are coming to a head. And we may have to take drastic action. So here is the drastic action. And it's called National Strike Speech Song. Here we go.
The fundamental truth labor is the foundation of all economic activity. That's right. Nothing is mine. Planted, harvested, processed, manufactured, sold or serviced without the hands and minds of workers. You better believe it. Without labor, there is no economy. Nothing. Here's the strategy, what we do. Tell it. 25% workforce participation in coordinated economic withdrawal. 75% reduction in consumer spending. Stay-at-home approach, no physical confrontation. No way. Mobile, dispersible protests carrying signs. And we disappear. Complete economic disengagement. Spend no money, do no work. The impact, oh yeah, on a 30-day timeline. Estimated through day 3 trillion in economic damage. Lost profits. Stock market decline of 30 or 40%. Supply chain disruptions. Banking system stress. Corporate liquidity crisis. Escalation options. Tighten the screws. 60 more days. 6 trillion economic damage. 90 days more, 12 trillion economic damage. Compound damage creates insurmountable pressure. Watch them how. Why it works, you can bet it works. Leverages system dependency. Depending on us. Minimizes risk to participants. No violence. Cannot be effectively policed. Empty streets. Uses capitalism's own mechanisms. Creates asymmetric pressure. The stakes, and they are high. Current trends without action. Increasing wealth concentration. Rich get richer. Eroding labor rights. You get poorer. Declining living standards. Can't pay your rent. Reduced economic mobility. You're stuck. Growing corporate control over your life. Past labor movement succeeded through economic pressure. Nonviolent resistance proven effective. Don't need it. Economic withdrawal is modern evolution of labor strikes. Strategic it ended. Dealing with pros, no physical confrontations if required. Oh no, decentralized structure, keep them guessing. Minimal organization needed. Just stay at home. Maximum economic impact. No profits. Lower risk than traditional protests. No heads bashed. Systemic change lies not in traditional confrontation, but in strategic economic non-participation. Drop out. Competition up. The system's dependence on continuous economic activity is its vulnerability. They depend on us. Workers hold the true power. They need only determination and solidarity. Solidarity.
right, you guys. There goes my alarm. Okay, that's a national strike song, and I'll just end with saying that we do have immense power. All of us, just common folks. Because think about it, the economy depends on a steady stream of buying and selling. That money has to keep on going, keep on churning, and the factories have to keep on running to keep this supplied. But who does all the making, all the building, all the crafting? It's us. It's all the common folks do that. I worked 40 years in aviation. I was a truck driver before. All these people, they keep the economy running by doing their job. And also, they keep the economy running by buying things. Okay? All these people who do their job and they go buy stuff, they're serving each other. We're the primary consumer. So all we have to do is stop working, stop consuming, and you bring the economy to its knees, and all these oligarchs start crying to the mama. You dig what I'm saying now? I mean, we don't have to put up with none of this stuff. This ain't like the goddamn 14th century or anything like that. You dig what I'm saying? We got the power now. We can hold out longer than them. You know those pictures I was showing a while ago? They had like some plants in them. Or where is it? I might still have it on there. Oh, here we go. I'm running a little over an hour, but that's okay. See here? That's my victory garden, yo. You know why? Because food's going to get more expensive. So I planted some stuff. I wish I could plant a whole lot more, but I'm just by myself and an old man. Dig it? So get out there, plant a victory garden. Don't forget that you have the ultimate power. You're the economy. You are the sleeping giant. So anyway, we'll end the show with this here song about Big Boss Man. And I will see you in the future. Be sure to check out all my other tunes on my YouTube channel. And I do my live streams, games, playing this kind of music in the background and stuff. So drop me a like and a subscribe and all good things like that. I appreciate you folks dropping by. We'll see you later. Big Boss Man.
Cut to the bone by the man on the throne. Big boss man say, give them the can. Big head guy fingering our stuff. Knows his snoop rich, gotta make life rough. Both hands on the rug, then he starts to tug. Grandma and pa get scared, give him a hug. You got flam, by Big Boss Man. Toss you in a garbage can. Ha, ha, Big Boss Man. Toss you in a garbage can. Big head guy paid high for a golden key. That's not an option for you or me. With an unelected sword cutting everything in sight. Gonna cut it to the bone, fuck it if it's wrong or right. You got flam, by Big Boss Man. Toss you in a garbage can. Big Boss Man. Toss you in a garbage can. You hear it on TV and the radio. FBI agents get fired, they get let go. The guys who investigated Big Boss Man get their names, make excuse, give them the can. You had a chance and thought really hard. Shall I stand behind a bucket of lard? Instead of behind, you got neck deep. You got suckered by a world-class creep. Holler and yell, ringing warning bells. Politicians scream, you go to hell. Nothing gets done except for the screaming. The people left wondering while getting the reading. You got flam, by Big Boss Man. Toss you in a garbage can. Big Boss Man. Toss you in a garbage can.